You're probably overpaying for car insurance add-ons you don't even need. So that's why in this video, I'm going to talk about which extras can actually save you thousands and which ones are quietly draining your wallet. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and this is one of the most confusing parts of buying car insurance because once people choose their main coverage, they suddenly get presented with a long list of optional add-ons and upgrades. Most drivers have no idea what half of them even mean. A lot of people either skip everything to save money or they panic and add every extra option because they're scared of not being protected enough. Neither approach is the smart financial decision because some insurance add-ons can absolutely save people thousands of dollars in the right situation, while others may barely provide value depending on your vehicle, driving habits, financial situation, or lifestyle. That's why I want to break down the most common car insurance add-ons and explain which ones are actually worth considering. I'll also dive into how to think about these decisions strategically instead of emotionally. Good insurance is not about buying every add-on possible, it's about paying for protection that actually fits your lifestyle. So let's go ahead and get into it. Car insurance add-ons are optional coverages people add to their standard auto insurance policy for extra protection beyond basic liability, collision, and comprehensive coverage. These add-ons are designed to help cover specific situations that may not be fully protected under a standard policy. Depending on the insurance company, they can include things like roadside assistance, rental reimbursement, gap coverage, accident forgiveness, uninsured motorist protection, glass coverage, new car replacement, rideshare coverage, and so much more. This is where insurance becomes confusing for a lot of people because companies present these options differently and package them in different ways. One company may include certain protections automatically while another charges extra for them separately. That's why comparing policies carefully matters so much. Okay, now we're going to go into what the add-ons actually are. First off is roadside assistance. So this is probably one of the most common insurance add-ons people recognize because it covers situations like dead batteries, towing, lockouts, flat tires, and emergency roadside help. This one can absolutely be worth it for certain drivers, people with older vehicles, long commutes, frequent road trips, or limited emergency support systems often get a lot more value from roadside assistance because unexpected breakdowns becomes much more stressful without backup options. Next is rental reimbursement coverage. This helps pay for temporary transportation if your car is being repaired after a covered claim. This add-on becomes way more valuable than people realize once somebody actually loses access to their vehicle unexpectedly. A lot of drivers rely heavily on their cars for work, school, childcare, commuting, or just daily responsibilities. That means even a short repair period can create major transportation stress. Rental reimbursement helps reduce that problem by helping cover rental car expenses while repairs happen. This coverage tends to make the most sense for households without backup vehicles. If somebody already has multiple cars available, they may not need it as much. But if losing access to your vehicle would immediately disrupt your life, rental reimbursement can become extremely valuable during stressful situations. Then there's gap insurance. So gap insurance is one of the most important add-ons for certain drivers, especially people financing or leasing newer vehicles. Gap coverage helps cover the difference between what your vehicle is worth and what you still owe on the loan if the car gets totaled. This matters because cars depreciate quickly. Sometimes people owe significantly more on the loan than the vehicle's actual market value, especially during the first year of financing. Without gap insurance, drivers could end up still owing thousands of dollars on a totaled vehicle after the insurance payout. That's honestly one of the most financially painful insurance situations people experience and why gap insurance is often very worth considering for newer financed vehicles. Then there's accident forgiveness, and this is another add-on many companies offer now. This usually prevents your rates from increasing after your first qualifying accident, depending on the insurer and driving history. This add-on becomes more appealing for drivers with clean records who want extra protection against a single mistake, dramatically increasing future premiums. This is also one of those coverages where the actual details matter a lot. Different companies structure accident forgiveness very differently. Some include it automatically for long-term customers, while others charge extra for it. That's why reading the policy details matters so much instead of assuming every company handles it the same way. Then there's uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. Uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage helps protect you financially if another driver causes an accident but neither has insurance or not enough insurance to fully cover the damage. This situation actually happens more often than you might realize. Not every driver on the road carries strong insurance coverage. Some drivers carry only minimum state requirements, which may not come close to covering serious accidents. That's why this coverage can become incredibly important financially, especially in areas with higher uninsured driver rates. Next, we're going to dive into glass coverage. So this helps pay for windshield repairs or replacements without requiring large out-of-pocket expenses depending on the policy structure. Windshield replacements have become much more expensive now because modern vehicles vehicles contain sensors, cameras, calibration system, and advanced driver-assisted technology connected to the windshield area. That means what used to be a relatively simple replacement cost now costs far more than people expect. This coverage often makes more sense for newer vehicles with advanced technology systems. Drivers living in areas with heavy highway driving, debris exposure, storms, or constructive traffic may find this coverage more valuable as well. Another add-on is rideshare coverage, which is growing pretty rapidly because more people drive for rideshare platforms now. A lot of drivers don't realize personal auto insurance policies often don't fully cover rideshare activity automatically. That creates potential coverage gaps if somebody drives for services like Uber or Lyft without proper rideshare protection added. This is one of the most important examples of why people should always be honest with their insurance companies about how they use their vehicle, because coverage problems after accidents become much more serious if the policy doesn't match your actual vehicle use. Some insurance companies now offer new car replacement coverage for newer vehicles. This coverage can help replace a totaled new vehicle with a brand new replacement instead of only paying depreciated market value, depending on the policy structure and time limits. This can become very valuable for people buying expensive newer vehicles because depreciation happens very quickly after purchase. But again, this coverage usually makes the most sense for newer vehicles than older ones. That's why context matters so much with insurance add-ons. If you want a comparison tool, we do have one down in the description below. All you have to do to compare different quotes is type in your zip code, how many cars are on the policy, how old you are, if you're currently insured, which I hope you are, any at-fault accidents in the last 3 years, if you own your home or not, and if you or a family member has honorably served in the US military. Once you hit submit, you'll have a bunch of different options that you can compare and get free quotes from. Add-ons are going to be different with every single policy, so that's why I always, and if you're new to this channel, you know I talk about this a lot, where you always want to read your policy fully and completely. And AI exists now, so if you don't want to read it word by word, put it into an AI, ChatGPT, Claude, something like that, and go ahead and tell it to summarize and tell you all the necessary information that you need. I know car insurance add-ons can feel overwhelming because there's so many options and every company explains them a little bit differently. Once you understand what these coverages actually do, like you do now, it just becomes so much easier to decide which protections are genuinely worth paying for and which ones probably aren't really necessary for your situation. And again, if you want to compare rates or explore different coverage options, you can use our link down in the description below. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content just like this. This channel is dedicated to helping you make informed insurance decisions so you can protect your assets and your finances. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave any comments or questions below. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.